Good morning, garden people, and happy coffee, of course. It is 9:30 in the morning. I have to go to work soon, but I need to get a couple of things planted in this flower bed that you guys actually haven't even seen yet. So let me show you what we've got going on, and then we'll get some stuff put in there. So you guys saw when this was just cardboard and like some of these boards on top of it. I had a couple of bags of soil waiting to go in there. Use these boards to line a border and then set rocks up flat against the boards as much as I could to get kind of a good barrier. You see that one kind of juts in a little bit and that one sticks in just a little, but I tried to make it as flush as possible, and I've already planted a lot of stuff in here. Still need more rocks around this side and to maybe redo some of the ones here in the back because I don't want those small ones down at the bottom. It's not very sturdy. I don't think we're using these boards for anything right now currently, so I'm probably going to keep these two in there just for soil retention as the bed kind of establishes itself so that it all doesn't just flow away, because it is downhill that direction. I don't know if you can really tell, my compost bin is lower than this flower bed. So these are the Asiatic lilies here at the end. There's actually more bulbs for them right here. Are the two biggest daylilies that I had. They are orange daylilies, and then all these tall guys are sunflowers. And even though these sunflowers won't get super tall, they're pretty stunted considering how long I left them in that container. But they will still bloom, and they will be pretty, and they'll probably be larger than this. But I'm sure they're much happier in here either way. And then when they die or are done blooming, I can just chop them back and then I can sow a line of something else. And these little cups over here, these ones with the bottom up, I'm calling volcanoes, and the volcanoes are already planted. These three have a goldy double sunflower, and these two have bachelor's buttons. Yeah, I think these two have bachelor buttons in them. These three were just to represent some other plants that I want to put in, as well as these ones. So these ones are actually going to be the sunflowers that I started from seed in the house, and this is what we're about to put in the ground. And I have one more bag of soil to add to this section so it's a little deeper. Been hardening off these sunflowers bit by bit, and the other day when I had them outside, a piece of tin fell onto my tray of plants, and this one got broken, so I just put a pipe cleaner on it. It still doesn't quite hold itself up. I'm going to plant it a little bit deep in hopes that it does okay. I'm not sure if that one sunflower will live because obviously it's pretty broken in the middle, but that's fine. We'll do what we can. I now have a container of cupcake white cosmos that I want to throw in here. Alright, now for under this, I believe I'm going to put this honey nut squash from Baker Creek. Okay guys, there we have it. I do have some granular fertilizer and some mulch that I need to throw on this bed, but I'll probably get a couple more bags of soil to throw on top before I do that, so I'm not going to do it yet and then just have to pull the mulch off. It is cloudy today. There's a potential that it will rain. There's a potential that it will rain tomorrow, which is great because I don't have to water any of this in. So let's take one quick look at the for now finished product. Got lots of zinnias and cosmos up at the front. I know there's peppermint stick, queen lime blush, queen lime orange. There's a zinnia mix, which is where these purple ones came from. The cosmos, we have apricot lemonade, seashells blend, and I cannot remember all of those. This is goblin gaillardia. Got the cupcakes white cosmos right there, which I'm very excited about. Some sunflowers, Goldie double sunflowers. So that's a branching sunflower, so it'll have multi-heads. And then some bachelor buttons. And then these 3 sunflowers that we just planted are the mammoth sunflowers from Baker Creek. Last October, when I went to the Harvest Festival, they had sunflowers growing that had massive heads. I mean, like bigger than my face, like humongous sunflowers. I think they were probably 10 feet tall, and they started drooping downward like that, and a lot of them were dropping seeds. So I have found a few on the ground. By a few, I mean maybe like 12. Out of those 12 or so, 3 of them popped up and made sunflowers. So now I'll just have to save seed from those and keep doing it over and over so I can have those sunflowers forever. So in terms of materials for making this flower bed, only thing that I have paid for at all is soil. Technically, I did pay for the cardboard at one point, but not specifically for this bed. I bought the cardboard they're supposed to be like they're supposed to be like medium-sized cardboard trays, like basically the bottom of a box, but that's sturdy enough to hold stuff in it. And they didn't even want to stay folded when I folded them together, and they for sure were not strong. And I've had those for over a year, so I saved those just for projects exactly like this. They weren't taking up too much room, and I have plenty of storage space, so I just brought some of those out to cover the ground after having my mom come over to scrape maybe 2-inch layer off of the ground with her tractor, just to try and get as many roots of grass and things out of the way as possible. As for these boards that I've used to help kind of make a line in the bed to anchor the rocks against, those were free. They've just been sitting on the ground at my house for a long time, and I put them to some use for now. And the rocks themselves, let me show you some of them because they are really pretty. My favorite one, it's got little like geodes cracked open, embedded in the rock. And I really love stones and rocks and gems and crystals and things like that. I think this one has one in it that's just not broken open, and then that one could have something in it. This is actually a cement block that I found in the bushes just over near my house. So all of these rocks that are lining the bed, as well as that pile of rocks right here and all the ones around, every single rock that you see is all just picked up either from my property or from the dirt road that I live on. I again asked for a favor from my mom, and she followed me around with her tractor as I individually hand picked up every single one of those rocks and put it in her tractor, and I had her dump them. And then I've just been slowly building up the border for this bed. Some of the soil in here is just old mulch and used potting soil just to line the bottom, and I've paid a total of $30 in bagged soil to fill the rest of what you see. And that includes 2 bags of this. It's just Schultz Premium Plus potting soil, and then a Scott's Premium potting soil. The Schultz bag are 2 cubic feet, so I got 2 of those, so that's 4 cubic feet, and the Scott's is 1 cubic feet. So I've put a total of 5 cubic feet, plus a little bit of extra that I just had on the side, so probably maybe close to 6 cubic feet of soil in here, and I think I need maybe 4 more. So a total of about a 10 cubic foot garden bed. And I purposely left cardboard covering the edge over here because I could just extend it if I wanted to, and that would probably be another 2, 4, 6, or 8 cubic feet. I just don't want to purchase that much soil at this time, so I kept it this big. I will probably add more cardboard. I'll hand shovel some of this grass out of here and add one more row of cardboard there. And this one is just going to be probably flowers and a lot of perennials and stuff, so hopefully, even though it's big, I don't have to walk in there very often. I also did not purchase any plants or seed to fill this bed. Everything that I put in here, seed-wise and plant-wise, I already had at my house. They were just extra. So the only cost that I've spent on this myself is $30 in soil. Technically, these green cups we did buy, and by we, I mean my mom bought them for me. So I didn't really have a cost for them, but she bought me 5 packs, and they were each $1. So $35 total spent on this garden bed, and that is not very much at all, especially considering how happy it's gonna make me. People ask me about my mulch a lot, and this is what it is. It's just rabbit/guinea pig, you know, pet bedding. It's for pets, so there's not anything like chemical sprayed on it. It holds in moisture really well. It doesn't blow away once it gets wet a little bit, and they are dry enough, considered like a carbon material. A lot of people's problem with putting wood chips and things like that on their flower beds is that they leach nitrogen from your soil, but those aren't leaching anything. They can barely soak in just a little bit of water. They are so dry and dead that they don't leach anything from your soil. I have not had a problem. I've even had squirrels dig in my containers and mix that into my soil. They just break down so fast that it has not been a problem for me. So I highly recommend using that if you don't have anything else available to you. We did get about a 10-minute downpour of rain. I'm home from work on my lunch break, and everything seems to have fared decently well. I will probably stake this up somehow so I can like tie it to something so that it can heal as well as possible, but it's not doing terrible considering that it just got snapped in the middle. And these ones are a little bit curved, but that's fine. Once they get some real sunshine for a couple of days, they'll straighten themselves out. And I forgot to plant that scabiosa. It's gonna go right where it's sitting. Just forgot. Alright guys, that's all I had time to get done this morning, so I really appreciate you guys coming along with me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.